Ladies and gentlemen, we have breaking news today. Breaking news. Stay tuned. Bar to bar on the screen. Here we go. So, we're 6 days away from the gate drop, and Anaheim won. Can BARCIA go for 4 straight? Or will we have a new winner? Anaheim usually brings a wild day. And I think BARCIA can go 4 straight. I watched the previous one before he won in 19 and 18, and he had a good start. And he wasn't even confident back then. He was just getting the fill-in ride on Yamaha, and he finished on the podium. So he's very strong in Anaheim's. I didn't go back past that, but I did look at the last 4. I do see BARCIA coming out. He's super excited. Just got the contract extension as well. There with the gas. And I think BARCIA comes out and wins. I have a couple guys who I would say do have strong rides. So you can see both these two on the screen now. They come out swinging at A1. But can we get a new winner? Can Sexton? Can Ferrandis? You know? Can Webb come out and just start the season off real strong, mentally take over and dominate? I don't know. We're going to find out 6 days away. There's been 8 first-time winners at A1 too as well. So, yeah. Just kind of want to, give you that information. BARCIA got his first one or his third one there. Can he win? Can he win 4 straight? I really do think he does. Honestly, and if he wins another A1, he becomes the most A1 winning rider. So right now, Chad Reed and James Stewart and Justin BARCIA are all tied with 3. So that would be pretty big step forward. The other questions I got, is will one of the young guns take Webb out of his game, or will he repeat? I think Webb repeats this year. Me personally, Sexton, if he can stay healthy, he's fast. Adamson Cerullo as well, fast. Ferrandis, fast. Plessinger on the new KTM with Alden Baker, he's fast. We'll see. Can Roczen finally win his elusive Supercross title this year? Ooh, I don't know. A lot of fast guys. I think if this is the year he's going to do it, he's got to do it this year, I think. Because one more year next year with Sexton, with Cerullo, with... if Webb wins again, Tomac again. I mean, I just think everyone's getting a little bit stronger. And the young guys are going to be even stronger next year, as long as they stay healthy this year, and they can put it together. I don't think this is the year for Roczen if he's going to win the title, in my opinion. Will Tomac put the Star Racing Yamaha on top of the box at the end of the season? That's a question I have. Can he? He could. They say he's faster. He said he's faster on his own track with the new Yamaha. These are things I'd like to see. We'll see coming out at A1 what they're talking about here. So, 250 class West Coast rider. So I've got the pre-entry list in front of me. By the way, Anderson's not on it as of right now. I'm not sure where they're getting this list, because when I went to Supercross and I looked up the entry list, I personally couldn't find it. So I'm not sure where they're getting this. But the pre-entry list does not have number 21 on there. There's a few other riders it doesn't have. I don't see Brock Tickle as well. There's some other guys I don't see. I do see on there that Josh Hill looks like he filled a fill-in ride contract, because he's down here at the 751. His old number was 75, so he's down there. He'll be there. That's good. Looks like Jerry Robbins steps up to the 450 this year. I'm pretty sure this is going to be his first year on the 450, so we'll get to see how good he is on that bike. He's one of my favorite riders because back at, I want to say it was either Loretta's or it was Mini O's, he rode a 250 two-stroke and won. So I just, a lot of love there. And it was an older two-stroke too. It wasn't even a newer one. It was like an 80s. All right, so let's go ahead and look at this pre-entry list. What I see here, this is the West Coast, and it's for Anaheim 1. And the 250 class, this is my breaking news. I don't see the West Coast 1 lining up. The West Coast 1 would be Justin Cooper. He is not signed up for Anaheim 1. And I don't understand why Yamaha would not put him in this to defend his West 1. They have Colt Nichols, they've got Nate Thrasher, and they've got Christian Craig. So that means Colt's going to run the 45. He's not going to have the East 1. What are they doing? What is their logic behind this? The ploy. As an owner of Yamaha, you think you would want your number ones out there. Now, I don't know if maybe Justin Cooper had a practice crash, maybe aggravated something, and it's bothering him, and he's just not ready. I don't know. I haven't been able to find anything on there. So the riders to watch out for on the West Coast lights, I think Jet Lawrence is the number one guy here. I think he wins the title. I don't think that another team put a guy on this side on the West Coast to beat him. Christian Craig is second. I know he got wins last year, and I know they were in the same last year, but Jet's coming off a 450 title, and he's a good Supercross rider. Michael Moisman on the Gas, Jalik Swoll, Rockstar Husqvarna. Austin Faulkner, he'll be there on his Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki team. Garrett Marchbanks, Dylan Schwartz, Carson Mumford will be there. Colt Nichols, I know he's going to be consistent. That's the only thing I could see Colt doing better than Jet is being more consistent, but I just think Jet's going to go out there and win and dominate. It's going to be his third year, so. Seth Hamaker, that's my breakout rider of the year. I do think he's going to have a great year. He's the second Kawasaki, and then Cameron McAdoo. He was also one of my title hopefuls. So there's 3 title hopefuls on just this side. And the only other title hopeful I had was Cooper. Justin Cooper. And I think Cooper's going to go out and dominate that East Coast. Nate Thrasher. I know Nate won 2 races. Thanks for the comment. Last year. So watch out for him. Vince Freeze. He stepped down to the 250s here, and he'll ride the East Coast out on the 450. From what I understand. So yeah. There's some heavy hitters on this side. I think Moisman's set up and ready to go for another good year. I looked like he was going to have a breakout year, and then with Gas coming in, they gave him up, and he kind of had a step back last year, in my opinion. So I think your title hopeful, or your title goes to Jet Lawrence, in my opinion, unless something crazy happens. Cameron McAdoo second, Seth Hamaker third. I got Christian Craig and Austin Faulkner rounding out my top 5, right around there. Oh, actually, I miss Nichols. Yeah, so I think Jet. I'm gonna go Jet, Cameron, McAdoo, then Nichols, then Hamaker. I think Hamaker's gonna have a breakout year. I think he's gonna go out and potentially get some wins. He's gonna fight with Jet. But he's going to put himself on the box more and make less mistakes this year. So it's going to be my breakout year for him. There's a chance he goes and wins the title. If he goes and wins the title against Jet, that'll be a statement right there. Right on. So yeah, breaking news. I don't understand why Yamaha's not running the ones. It makes no sense. It just doesn't make any sense. It makes zero sense to me. I don't know. Comment down below why you think Yamaha didn't run the ones, I guess. Or do you think it's a ploy and they are going to run the ones? I don't know. I haven't been able to find anything about any injuries or anything. So I've been watching. Looks like Josh Hill got a contract. I'm going to go ahead and look and see what this contract is here. The Benny Bloss spot. So he's going to take the Benny Bloss spot because Benny did get hurt in a practice crash. Right on. It's going to be cool to see Josh out there again. There was a while where I thought he was going to be something, and then he did that backflip and never was the same after that. It's nice to see James Stewart, one of my all-time favorite riders, coming out with his own podcast, which is super cool. I'm glad he's going to get back into the sport a little bit more. So I'm thankful for that. I don't really see... Oh, his episode's right here. It's on YouTube. Go check out his episode on YouTube. It's his preseason show. I like it. It's the second episode. I'm going to have to go watch all his episodes. I haven't watched his first or his second one. RM Fantasy SX did become available today, though. Oh, and the place is 10th. I like this. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 10th. You know what I'd really, really like? Is if they would do 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. And I'd like them to do a 250 class as well for their point system. It'd give a lot more points, but whatever. Let's take a look here. Rollover picks aren't eligible for prizes. All right. I might log in. And check it out. Probably not, actually. I was going to log in and put my team in, but I don't think I'm going to yet. I like to watch practice. You know what? I'm going to put my preseason pick in. Go ahead and log in real quick here. I'm going to go ahead and mark my Justin Barcia W. I think Barcia with a dub. I'm going to put... We'll put Sexton second. In my preseason picks. We'll put Marv third, Kenny fourth. And I'm going to put Malcolm Stewart fifth. In 10th, I'm going to put Joey Savacci in my 10th. Justin Hill comes back this year, too. I remember that. Or not Justin, but his brother. Yeah, Justin. So you got Josh Hill coming back and Justin. They're going to race together. That's going to be cool. I'm going to submit my picks now. It's going to be an early, super early submission. Barcia, Sexton, Marv, Roxon, Malcolm, Savacci 10th. Ooh, I don't know. I will have a group up as well. My group will be probably just Magic's Custom Cycle. It's my dad's motorcycle shop. Group. Let's see, do I have my groups? I don't. Create a group. Here we go. Yeah, so I'm just going to do Magic's Custom Cycle. If you guys want to join my group, I might do giveaways if we get enough people in there. No password. Okay. And you have to answer that question. Create a group. Cool. Oh. No password. I have to actually pick that. All right, cool. All right, so I created that group. I'm in there. It's the Magic. It's just Magic's custom cycle. 3 words. All right. So I've submitted my RM Fantasy SX. It looks like a 450 SXF race prepped 450 is number 1, and a 250 SX race prepped is number 2. They're going to have Fly, Milestone, Stasics, Acerbis, Alpenstars, Fox, Dunlop, Factory Connections, Tusk, FMF, Motion Pro, and Oakley with some Bridgestone tires. I don't see the current prizes. Let's take a look. So it looks like they're going to have a Recluse Radius CX clutch as the first prize. That's pretty awesome. $750 a service spending spree. That's cool. A Shoei VFX Evo helmet. That's a $700 value. That's third. MSR gear set, jersey, pants, gloves, helmets, and a signed picture of Chase. I'm guessing that's Chase. Not Chase Sexton. It's probably just Chase from the Rocky Mountain group. That's $479. That's cool. A Fast Flex 1 1/8 handlebar. That's a $400 value. Fly Racing jersey, pants, and gloves. Up to $315 value. That's cool. Bridgestone Battlecross tires. 1 front, 1 rear. It's a $275 value there. That was number 7. Number 8, you get a Pro Taper Sella device and 2 sets of Pro Taper swivel hook carbon soft loop straps. I don't know what that Sella device is. I'm going to go look that up. LS2 Subvert Evo helmet, $240 value. A Fox $250 casual spending spree. That's pretty cool. I know Fox had a lot of issues over the last year or so where a lot of their stuff came up missing in the ocean. So that's not good for them. So it's good that they're still around. Make sure you guys pick up your Fox gear and support them this year. And then 11 through 100 is a $10 Rocky Mountain ATV MC gift card. I've been so close to that gift card. I've never gotten the top 100. I've been really close. I had a couple good rounds too. But I was always like, because I always submit mine after practice. And so someone that just beat me did it by time. So I always fall out, but that's fine. I always pick after practice, though. Yep. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. We got Bar to Bar 2022 on the screen, and hope you guys are enjoying it. I did my Rocky Mountain Fantasy SX. Make sure you guys check out Bubba's World. He's on episode 2. I'll be following him. I'll probably start doing my own podcast here soon as well. My champions are Cooper Webb, Jet Lawrence, and then I got Justin Cooper winning the East. I still can't understand why Yamaha didn't put their number 1s on the track on their respective sides. But, yeah. Only a few more rounds till, or a few more days until round 1 starts. I'll probably go live, and I'll watch it live. We'll see. I probably won't have sound for you guys. I probably won't have any sound, but I will be live for it. Probably go live and just watch it live, and you guys can catch my reaction live. Dang, Kenny really pulled that in the middle. That was nice, huh? Anyways, they got Yamaha's the best manufacturer and KTM's second. KTM only has one lights rider. They don't even have a second guy, so they only have one guy going in there. That's weird. Do you think Daxton Bennett comes up next year? Or do you think they rotate a rider? I don't know. I feel like they should sign a rider. They don't have a lot of up-and-coming young guys. KTM doesn't. Do you think they rotate Evan Ferry over and bring him in next season? I don't know. I really feel like they should have kept and it might not have been the money that lost Deegan for him, but they definitely should have tried their best to keep Deegan because, yeah, they don't have a lot of young guys up and coming I can think of. I think next year you're going to see Ryder DisFrancesco step up into the 250 ranks. Also, by the way, let me see if I can find this list I have. File, open. I'm not going to save that. Do I have it? Yes, I do. So these are my riders. I found it. So I did some research, and I was looking at the riders that are forced to move up based on the point-out system of Supercross. And Colt Nichols, this should be his last season in the 250 per point-out rules. It's his 8th season, but he has a championship. So he should have actually been forced up this year, but they're letting him defend his title maybe. Maybe that's why. I don't know the little clause in there. Justin Cooper should also be in his last season. So that's 2 Yamaha riders that should be forced to come up next year. Due to the point-out system, especially with the championship. Cameron McAdoo has 2 more years of hitting the points before he is forced to move up, and I'll pull that up real fast as well. Supercross point-out system. They might have updated it, honestly. Not that. 250 point-out rules. Here we go. So they did update them in 2017. I don't know if they've updated since then. I know that a lot of riders have sat out of races, so they wouldn't point out anymore. Riders point out in 2021. See, this is where the rules of pointing out in the 250 Supercross, AMA Supercross, have been modified here and there over the last few years. And unless you've been following that closely, it can be a little confusing. When it comes to who's still allowed to compete in the class and who's burning their eligibility, good thing to know, we take a look at the potential crop of 250 SX graduates every year and explain. Okay. The most important rule to remember for eligibility, effective in 07, season points. Riders earning at least 135 250 SX championship points in a 9-race season, 120 in an 8-race season, or 105 in a 7-race season in 4 seasons of 250 competition will be ineligible for the 250 class. So that's saying right there for the entire season. I like it. Okay. So it says the main takeaway here is no matter what, even if you cross the points threshold in every single season you compete, you've got at least 4 years in this class. So it's kind of nice that you get 4 years to use the class, right? So right off the bat, that eliminates Hunter Lawrence, Jet Lawrence, Joe Samota, and Marchbanks, as of course any rookies from any danger of advancing to the 450 class. There are still plenty of veterans, however. Let's see. Okay, so this is what they went over. Colt has 2 seasons exceeding. With the above rule in mind, he wouldn't be in any danger of being promoted. But there's a rule. However, it appears the following rule comes into play. So this is kind of what I was going over. A rider that wins the 250 championship will be eligible to participate in the 250 class for a maximum of 4 years total, right? So Colt has 2 years exceeding it, and he's only allowed to have 4 years total. If a rider wins the 250 SX championship in their 4th season, but has not reached the max point threshold in 4 seasons, that rider will be eligible to compete in the class in the following season. So that's why Colt Nichols wasn't forced up. He was eligible to stick back because he won the title, and he hasn't pointed out 4 times. He's only done it twice. If a rider in the 250 wins the 250 championship in their 4th season, but has reached the maximum point threshold, that rider will be ineligible for the class. Okay. So, Colt Nichols' 7th season in the 250 class. Since 2021 is Colt Nichols' 7th season, it appears it would have move up in 2020 if he wins the title. After all, the first rule here says maximum of 4 years. That's what we originally posted in the story. We even sent a message to AMA for clarification, and they said we were correct. However, on second look, the AMA confirmed that the rule actually means 4 years over the points threshold. Okay, so if Colt goes over the threshold this year, he won the title already. He should have to point out. However, second look confirmed. Okay. Nichols has not done so, and so he will be allowed to defend his title in 2022. If he wins a championship this year, this same scenario will apply to Christian Craig. Okay. The only time a rider can't defend is if he's passed the points threshold 4 times when he wins the title. This could have applied to Shane McElrath if he had won the title last year. Okay, but Shane's going to be in the 450 class. Okay, so Colt Nichols will be allowed to defend 2022. Christian Craig, seasons exceeding the points threshold, he's got 1. Craig is definitely a veteran in the 250 class, and there's a lot of injuries. Things that have hampered him in his title chases. He's already exceeded the threshold this year. That was last year, 2021. So he's got at least 2 more years of eligibility. So that means he had 1. 2021, he got his second one. Like Nichols, if Craig wins the title, he gets a year to defend. So Christian Craig at the end of this year, if he points out, he will have to move up to the 450 class. So now so far we've got Colt Nichols has to move up. Christian Craig potentially has to move up. It's all about point system, right? So they have to point out. This is Moisman's 4th year, so we're going on to Michael Moisman. This is Moisman's 4th year in the 250 class, and he's gone over the limit twice. Okay? Right now he's got 97 points, so if he scores 38 more in the next 2 rounds, which he could easily do, he'll knock off a year of his lifespan. Okay, so Moisman had 97 points. He needed 38 more. Let's go look and see what Moisman ended up with. Supercross. So if you want to know where I go to Supercross Live, timing and scoring. Click the top link. I go to results. Then I go to PDF results, right? This is going to show me everything there. I'll go to Salt Lake City. It pulls up me a good little entry list here of everything. East-West shootout. Was he East Rider or West Rider? He was. He got 124 points. So 97 and 38, he didn't get enough. Because of Salt Lake City, he didn't have a good ride. And he missed 2 rounds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In a 9-year season, he didn't get enough. So he maintains his eligibility. So he still has two seasons to exceed. He didn't do it last season. Mitchell Oldenburg. Oldenburg is a talented rider. So I'm just going off of what this says here. He has 0 seasons exceeding this. So he won't have to be forced to move up. He is, however, riding a 450 on the opposite coast because he is lined up on A1. So, well, in a heat race at least. Or in practice. RJ Hampshire. So he went over the limit for the first time in 2019. Hasn't done it since, thanks to injury suffered early seasons. And he won't do it in 2021 either. So he still has 3 more point-out seasons for RJ Hampshire. It's very disappointing for him. Austin Forkner, seasons exceeding. He has 3. He didn't do it in 2021. So this is likely the last season Forkner will be here. So now you've got... as long as he doesn't have an injury this season, Austin Forkner will be forced to move forward and move up. And he has to point out, obviously. But I feel like he's good enough to point out. So, so now you're looking at Forkner, Christian Craig. He did it there. Christian actually won't have to. Did I say he would earlier? I thought I did. He doesn't have to earlier. Colt Nichols will, though. Colt Nichols has 3 exceeding and a championship. So we're looking at Colt Nichols. After this season, Christian Craig might, because he's at 2. If he gets points out 3, after this he will. So you've got Colt Nichols and Austin Forkner that will have to potentially move up. Justin Cooper. Even if Cooper wins the title this year, and it's looking like he will, he won't be forced to move in the 450 class. If a rider wins the title in his 4th year, like Cooper is going to do in 2021, he gets another year to defend his title unless he exceeds the points threshold. So, he's going to actually, Justin Cooper, he's going to go into this season. He's got his 3rd season. If he wins the title again, he will be forced to move up. So now that you've got Cooper, Forkner, all moving up into the 450 class, potentially, as long as there's no injuries. Cameron McAdoo, he has 1 season. He's already gone over it here, so he's got 2 total. So he's got 2 more years of eligibility left, McAdoo does. He's still pretty young. Kyle Peters has 0. Alex Martin, he's already on the 450. He just moved up. Jeremy Martin, like Forkner, 2021 will be his final year, but J-Mart got hurt. So 2022 should be, as long as J-Mart doesn't get hurt and he points out. But Jeremy Martin has been one of those guys that hid from pointing out and missed races because of injury. So I wouldn't put it past him to do it again if he gets close again. But we'll see. He is on the East Coast this year, based on what I currently have information-wise. So he'll be pointed out. So you'll have Jeremy Martin being forced up. You'll have Justin Cooper being forced up most likely. Austin Forkner most likely. And Colt Nichols. Those would be your 4 force-ups. Now, that's pretty cool. It's going to be pretty cool to have some force-ups, honestly. It'd be nice to see some guys just come up. Because you're going to have guys potentially like, for instance, let me go to the... So you're going to have guys like Eli Tomac. He did just sign a new contract. I don't remember what it was exactly. I think it was a 2-year. So he'll be at least around for 2 years, unless something crazy happens. Marvin Musquin, he's on a Supercross only contract. He may retire. You got Justin Brayton potentially retiring because of age. I don't even see. I want a list. Okay, let's just go off this list. You got anything can happen with Ken Roxon at this point if he doesn't win the title. Dean Wilson's getting pretty old. And if he doesn't start, putting in the starts that he wants. You got Justin BARCIA getting pretty old. Tickle. A lot of these guys could retire. Bowers is pretty old. He did a lot of arena cross titles. I'm not able to see their ages from here. I'd have to go look. I know Barsha's getting kind of old. Dylan is old, even though he's new to the class. He's an older rider. So you got to kind of watch out for that too. But because he's still young here, I think he's going to go into his 30s, which is good for the sport. It's nice to see the sport live longer with riders. Chad lived through his 30s, almost to 40, which was awesome. I appreciate Chad for that. Chad Reed, if you ever watch this, I appreciate you, sir. I was never a super fan, but when you started going late into your career, I started going, like, cheering for you, man. It was awesome. So I really wish Dungy wouldn't have retired. He said he wanted to go down as one of the greatest of all times, and I think he just retired early to be put in that list. He never got over he couldn't beat Villopoto when Villopoto was healthy. Villopoto broke his leg, and so he won in his rookie season. After that, Villopoto had to retire before he won again. So, anyways, yeah, pretty much done with this video, I think. I went over the 250 riders. I'm still surprised. Breaking news, Yamaha will not put their 1E, 1W on the track. Huh. That's just crazy to me. Well, stay tuned. Saturday, A1, January 8th. I should be live. I'll probably watch practice live and everything. So, I'll watch it live on Twitch. I'll put a link down in the description of my Twitch channel. Thanks for watching if you watched. Appreciate you guys. If you have any comments, let me know. Don't forget, we are at 58 subscribers right now, and when I hit 100, I will pick a random subscriber. They'll get some 100% gloves. So let's get moving on these subscribers. If we can get to 500 by the end of the year, I mean, I'm gonna give whoever some boots when we hit 500, and then when we hit 1,000, boots are at 1,000. I'm giving 100% backpack at 500. So we will. I'll be in contact with one person at each level, and then once we're over 1,000, we will probably do them every 500 until we hit a certain mark, and then every time we hit another one, I'll get somebody something else. So stay positive, brap on, and like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. That way you guys can watch my videos. And I do know that one of my videos is messed up, so I'm probably going to end up taking it down. I keep trying to upload another one, but I keep getting an error for some reason. So, anyways, thanks for watching.